my dear friends, in the last lecture we have completed theory and some example from textbook. In this session we will see some numericals from our exercise. Numericals are very important things in physics because we develop physics not to understand just theory but to calculate real life problem. तो फिजिक्स हमने इसलिए डेवलप नहीं किया है ताकि हम उसकी थियरी देख सके। फिजिक्स हमने डेवलप ही इसलिए किया है क्योंकि हम हमारे रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम्स को सोल्व कर सके। तो इसके लिए जो भी न्यूमेरिकल्स है वो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर हमारे एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखा जाए तो न्यूमेरिकल का वेटेज कम है, फिर भी रियल लाइफ में और आगे की जो भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स है उसमें न्यूमेरिकल का वेटेज बहुत ही ज्यादा है। तो आज के इस सेशन में हम न्यूमेरिकल्स को डिस्कस करेंगे। तो मैं आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स बताऊंगा कि किस तरह से आपको इस न्यूमेरिकल को अप्रोच करना है। Let us see data first. Data is given that an athlete completes one round of circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and the displacement at the end of 2 minute 20 seconds? तो ये जो डेटा हमें दिया गया है उसको पहले हमें अच्छी तरह से समझना होगा और दो चीजें डिराइव करनी होगी। क्या? एक तो गिवन डेटा कौन सा है और दूसरा हमें क्या फाइंड करना है। अगर हम ये दो चीज अच्छी तरह से समझ लेंगे तभी हम न्यूमेरिकल को ठीक से अप्रोच कर पाएंगे। तो जैसे कि हमने डेटा देखा, डेटा में दिया गया है तो एक एथलेट सर्कुलर पाथ पे रनिंग कर रहा है जिसको एक रिवॉल्यूशन पूरा करने में कितना टाइम लग रहा है? एक रिवॉल्यूशन पूरा करने में उसे 40 सेकंड लग रहे हैं। तो हमें फाइंड करना है कि कितने टाइम के बाद, मतलब आफ्टर 2 मिनट 20 सेकंड, व्हाट विल बी द डिस्प्लेसमेंट एंड टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय एथलेट। तो ये दो चीज हमें समझनी है और उसको निकालनी है। पहले तो हमें डिस्टेंस कवर्ड और डिस्प्लेसमेंट का फर्क मालूम होना चाहिए। जैसे कि हमें मालूम है कि डिस्टेंस कवर्ड इज टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय एनी ऑब्जेक्ट एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस बिटवीन इनिशियल पोजीशन एंड फाइनल पोजीशन। तो ये एक डिफरेंस दिमाग में क्लियर होना चाहिए। तो सबसे पहले मैंने गिवन डेटा यहां पे लिखा। गिवन डेटा क्या है कि जो सर्कुलर पाथ पे वो चल रहा है उसका डायमीटर कितना है? डायमीटर है 200 मीटर। सो आई राइट 200 मीटर हियर। इन आवर फॉर्मूला वी राइट circumference as 2 pi r which means in form of radius. So I have to convert this diameter into radius and we know that radius is half of diameter. So I write radius is equal to 100 meters. Time for one round, time for one rotation is 40 seconds. Now let's convert minute and seconds into complete second. So I write 2 minute 20 second is equal to 2 into 60. Why 60? Cause 1 minute is equal to 60 second. So 2 multiply 60 plus 20 which equals to 140 seconds. तो हमें 140 सेकंड के अंदर उसके द्वारा किया गया कुल डिस्टेंस और डिस्प्लेसमेंट फाइंड करना है। लेट्स डू सम सिंपल कैलकुलेशन। इफ ही कैन कवर वन रोटेशन इन 40 seconds, हाउ मेनी रोटेशंस he will complete in 140 seconds? By calculating this we can get that he will complete 3.5 rounds after 2 minute 20 seconds. अच्छा, और एक बात हम यहां पे समझते हैं, क्योंकि हमने टोटल टाइम निकाला और यहाँ पे हम टोटल डिस्टेंस निकाल रहे हैं। तो ऐसा हम क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमें क्या निकालना है? हमें निकालना है टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड और डिस्प्लेसमेंट। तो टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड और डिस्प्लेसमेंट के लिए हमें ये दोनों चीजों की रिक्वायरमेंट है। तो जिसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको हमें पहले फाइंड आउट करना होगा। तो हमने फाइंड आउट किया कि 140 सेकंड इज टोटल टाइम एंड 3.5 आर टोटल revolution completed by him. So we get 3.5 rounds. Now we know that if I complete one rotation around circle which has a radius of r meter, then I covered total 2 pi r meter of distance by completing one round. So distance covered in one round is equal to 2 pi r. Now we have value of 2, that is 2, pi that is 22 by 7, and radius here we have is 100 meter. Distance covered in 3.5 round. So distance covered in one round multiplied by 3.5 will give us distance covered in 3.5 round. So we have 2 pi r multiplied by 3.5. So put the value 2 into 22 by 7 into radius equal to 100 and 3.5 are total round. So by simple calculation we get 2200 or 2200 as total distance covered by athlete. Now we have to find displacement. Now remember, what is displacement? Displacement is shortest distance between initial and final position. Now remember one thing. After completion of every full rotation, displacement will be 0. Again, after completing full rotation, displacement will be 0. Here, athlete completes 3.5 rounds, which means 3 complete round and 1 half round. So, by completing 3 round, he has displacement of 0. And by half round, let's say he has starting point as S. After completing half rotation, he will reach at point P. Now notice this S and P, this SP distance is nothing but diameter of this circle. So displacement in 3.5 round is equal to diameter, because जो starting point है S और जो ending point है P, उसके बीच का distance कितना है? डायमीटर जितना है। तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट हमें कितना मिला? डिस्प्लेसमेंट इक्वल टू डायमीटर, एंड हियर वी हैव डायमीटर इक्वल टू 200 मीटर. सो वी गेट बोथ द आंसर, टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय एथलेट एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट बाय एथलेट. नाउ लेट अस सी second numerical. Let's first read data and understood what is given in the data and what we need to find. Joseph jogs from one end A to another end B. Joseph jogs from one end A to another end B of a straight line 300 meter. Joseph jogs from one end A to B on a straight line of 300 meter in 2 minutes 30 seconds, which means time is given to cover this 300 meter of distance, and then return around and jogs 100 meter back to point C. Then return around and jogs 100 meter and back to point C in another 1 minute, which means time is also given from this 100 meter distance covered by Joseph. What are the Joseph's average speed and velocity in jogging? What we have to find is average speed and average velocity for first for A to B. which means for two different cases we have to find average speed and average velocity. First is from A to B and second is from A to C. A to C, which means A to B and then B to C. So first of all, we know that we have to find average speed and average velocity. Try to remember formula of average speed and average velocity. Now we know that average speed is equal to total distance covered divided by time taken, and average velocity is displacement divided time taken. Must remember these two formula and difference between these two terminology. In first case, we have to find this for A to B, which means we have to consider only 2 points from A to B. So total distance between A to B is 300 meter. So I write average speed is equal to distance covered divide time taken. Total distance between A to B is 300 meter. So I write 300 meter. And to cover this 300 meter distance, Joseph take 2 minutes 30 seconds. Convert it into seconds. So I write 2 multiply 60. Why? Because we have to convert this minute into second. So 2 multiply 60 plus 30, we get 150 second. So by simple calculation, we get average speed is equal to 2 meter per second. Don't forget to write this unit meter per second. Also, you can write this unit as meter second inverse. So this both method are same, meter per second or meter second inverse. Now after finding average speed, I have to find average velocity. What is the formula for average velocity? Average velocity is equal to displacement divided time taken. What is displacement? Displacement is shortest distance between initial and final position. Here initial position is A and final position is B. So the shortest distance is nothing but 300 meter only. So I write 300 meter. To cover this 300 meter, he takes time of 150 second again. So I write 150 second. So I get average velocity also 2 meter per second, which means average speed and average velocity are equal for place A to B. Now I have to find both these things, which means average speed and average velocity for A to B to C, which means initial point is A and final point is C. So for average speed, I need total distance covered. So from A to B to C, total distance will be 300 plus 100, that is 400 meter. So I write total distance is equal to 400 meter. To cover this 400 meter, he required how much time? First 2 minutes 30 seconds for this 300 meter and another 1 minute for this 100 meter. So I total it. So I get 210 seconds because 150 second for A to B and more 60 second for B to C. So I get total time is 210 minutes, 210 minutes. By simple calculation, I get 1.90 meter per second as average speed. Remember, this is average speed, which means distance covered divide time taken. Now I have to find average velocity. For average velocity, I need displacement. Displacement is shortest distance between initial and final position. So look here, initial position A, final position C. What is the shortest distance between A and C? That is obvious. 300 minus 100, that is 200 meters. So I write displacement as 200 meter and time taken is same, 2 minute 30 second for 300 meter and 1 minute for 100 meter, that is 150 plus 60, that is 210 second. So I get 0.95 meter per second as average velocity.